Regardless of what you've gone through and what you're going to go through in the future, you can change it. Every single thing that's happened to myself, every single thing that the people that you follow, the people on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the people that are super celebrities, they all have something in common. You see, there's a saying that 75% of the world's leaders to date, the people who are ultra successful, they have had to go through life-altering situations in their youth. From trauma, being single-parented, maybe no parents, to poverty and so on. All these type of things have shaped the person that they are today. They become resilient. Now, as a youth, in my story, we had to go through a lot of things, from being raised on welfare, single-parented. My mom, we used to have to collect cans and bottles as a kid. My bike that I loved would end up in the pawn shop all the time. That was our reality. We never had a vehicle for a long time. So many things were kind of stopping us. Now, a lot of people, what they'll do is when they run into obstacles, they run into this we'll call it condition of blaming other people. Now, I get it. As children, we were kind of helpless. But at a certain time, you become responsible for your future. When you become a young person, an adult, and so on, you become responsible to either let those things hold you back as an excuse, or use all of those things to fuel you in a new direction for your life. When we got into sports, when I was becoming a young man, I was always bullied because I was always the skinniest guy in the court. I had a lot of people always calling me names, and it would always affect me. It would affect my self-confidence. It would affect my drive, but I kept showing up. When I got into business, when I started my first company, like I said, my first company failed. I felt like a failure. All these things became wood in a fire, and it became a fuel, like jet fuel within myself, that it just kept adding to it. The more I could see a bigger goal coming, the more all these things that have happened to me in the past would fuel me to get there. You see, the goal here is you want to turn all the things that have happened to you, all the pain, into your fuel to get closer towards a goal. When I got into speaking, the same thing. I ran into many problems. I used to stutter. I used to fumble over words. When I used to open up my phone, I used to have a Samsung flip phone, and I used to make calls on that. I used to stutter. I used to speak really quickly because I had no confidence in myself in slowing it down. When you have to overcome things, you start to get thicker skin. You start to use those things in a healthier way to help get you closer faster than maybe other people who have not had to go through those kind of things that you know of. Everyone has their own path, but what I'm saying here today is use all the things that have happened to you to get you faster towards a dream, towards a goal, and so on. Even in Nietzsche gear, same thing. When I first got into the mainstream retail, first had my own store, I used to hear racial slurs in the hallway, right when people would walk by the store. When I was on the kiosk, I would hear it 10 times louder, and so on. So all these things started to affect me over time, and added fuel to the fire. Gas, like gasoline in a vehicle. It would add fuel to yourself, whoever it is that you're going. And my challenge to you is, whatever you have gone through in your life, whatever circumstances that you've been dealt, I want to tell you, it does not determine the person that you can become in the future. It does not determine the type of success that you're destined for. But the choice is, are you going to let it encourage you to get there, turn that pain into gain, or are you going to let it hold you back? The choice is yours. I encourage you to use all the things that have happened to you, turn it into fuel to get you closer to the goal and become the person that you were born to be.